In the news, President Tinubu appoints new head of civil service of the Federation. Ali Ndume gets another top appointment after his removal as chief whip. U.S. President Joe Biden tests positive for COVID, says White House. And in sport, House of Representatives donate 100 million naira to Team Nigerians 2024 Olympics. This is the MLC TV Global News, reaching you live from the city of Lokoja, the confluent state of Nigeria. I am Abiodun Sadiq. Thanks for joining us. President Bola Tinubu has approved the appointment of Didi Walson-Jack as head of the civil service of the Federation with effect from August 14 this year. Walson-Jack's appointment was announced in a statement by Tinubu's special advisor on media and publicity, Anjuri Ngalali, titled President Tinubu appoint new head of civil service of the Federation. She succeeds Dr. Folashade Yemieson, who retires from service on August 13, 2024. Walson-Jack was appointed as Federal Permanent Secretary in 2017 and has served in several ministries. President Tinubu, while thanking the outgoing head of service for her stewardship, tasked the incoming head of service to discharge her duties with innovative flair, integrity, and stringent adherence to the extant rules and regulations of the civil service of the Federation. The Kogi State Ministry of Agriculture and Food Security has took delivery of 500,000 doses of Anthrax vaccine towards the protection of the animal population in the state. The vaccines were provided by the Livestock Productivity and Resilience Support Project and delivered by its National Project Coordinator, Abubakar Sanusi. Sanusi, who was welcomed by the Kogi State Commissioner for Agriculture and Food Security, Timothy Ojoma, emphasized that the delivery is part of HealthPress's ongoing effort to enhance animal health services in Kogi State. He highlighted the critical role of vaccination in preventing the spread of anthrax and safeguarding livestock, which in turn supports the livelihood of farmers and boosts the local economy. The Commissioner expressed profound appreciation for the delivery, acknowledging the impact such support has on the state agricultural sector. Ojoma noted that the provision of the vaccine was timely and essential for the prevention of anthrax outbreaks, which pose a significant threat to livestock and public health. In addition to the vaccine delivery, the visit of the National Project Coordinator also included the inspection of the completed cold chain storage facility and laboratory within the ministry's complex. The Kogi State government has begun training sessions on the computation of the Kogi State Gross Domestic Product, GDP. The government described it as an event to mark the beginning of an important initiative to enhance the state's economic data management and analysis capabilities. The training, which was spearheaded by the Commissioner of the State Ministry of Finance, Budget and Economic Planning, Ashiwaju Asiru Idris, was held at the Edge Drive Hotel, Lokoja. Representing the state government, Asiwaju Idris declared the training open and said Governor Ahmed Ododo aimed is that the training would equip participants with the skills and knowledge necessary to accurately compute Kogi State GDP to enable informed decision-making, improved economic planning, and sustainable development. Our reporter has more.
According to the Commissioner, Kogi State Bureau of Statistics in 2019 computed the first GDP covering the period of 2013 to 2017 as one of the states covered during the second phase exercise by NBS, which started in 2017.
If we are all agree that GDP is the measurement of the economic activities of the state in the monetary terms over a specific period, then how do we go about it? You are a farmer. As you are producing, you are adding to the economy. But is there anybody that is measuring what you have produced? Nobody. You are in the manufacturing sector. Some people are there right away removing our solid minerals. Nobody is calculating what is the quantity, what is the value of what they are moving away. Nobody. In the manufacturing sectors and also in the services. We have the banks, we have the insurance, we have communication, we have transport. All of them are hard services. But are we calculating it? Do we have ability to do that? From this, calculating all this, making provision for taxes. Because at times, when you produce, there must be tax. So if you are taxed, what happened to it? It must be known. And if there are subsidies, you deduct it so that you can know the real value. And at the end of the day, some of the items may even involve depreciation, like those who are using plant and machineries and all the rest. So you must remove the value of depreciation. By the time you do that, when you'll be able to know the net for the state. So that is what we are interested in, so that we can use it to plan properly. Thank God for the system. We are able to today have our development plan, which is for a period of 32 years. And as we speak today, we are also working on each of the sectorial plan, which in a couple of months will be done with that. Today, Kogi State is able to know our ratings internationally. In the whole of Nigeria, it's only 5 states that have the ratings from Fitch Ratings. And Kogi is doing well from the report we received last week.
While noting that the exercise is expected to last for at least 15 weeks of vigorous work, the commissioner noted that the state government has decided to bridge the gap between 2018 till date. The commissioner appreciated the stakeholders involved for their support and urged them to put in their effort in making the training successful.
Governor Ahmed is going to ensure that of their safety and also ensure that they are properly taken care of. The purpose of the exercise is to enable us to plan very well. They should not hold back in giving information to them. It's for their own benefit. When you have this data given to us, we can we will now know where to support. And at the end of the day, it's the state that will benefit when we know the state GDP. So that is a very important message that our people should please cooperate with them, the farmers, the manufacturers, all sectors of the state economy should cooperate with them.
In a remarks, the representatives of the National Bureau of Statistics, Narabu Oyate, they called on the statisticians to put in their best in order to come out with the desired results. She said that the training will afford the state the opportunity to know her worth in goods and services and to also compare herself with other states.
After the compilation of Kogi State GDP, Kogi State will be able to compare herself with other states that, yes, this is where I stand, or this is where we stand. It can be used for borrowing. You know, multinational companies, if you have a good GDP, can even give you loans because they know you are productive. So, for the enumerators, it is not an easy task to collect data, especially primary data. So you must put down your feet, be attentive, make sure you understand every aspect of the presentations we are going to give you. And even while you go out there, do the right things and get our data out so that we can get the Kogi State structure.
Earlier in her welcome remarks, the State Statistician General Ayo Alami Irewale said the essence of the program is to enable the state to know that the value of goods and services produced within the state in monetary terms.
It is necessary to get this data for policy making, for planning purposes, for formulation of our decisions. We need to know all these things, even for the sake of, for good governance. Because when the governments know what we have on ground, they will know maybe which sector is suffering, which sector needs more attention, what a sector needs and the other. So it is to assist the state to be able to provide good governance. After the training, the enumerators will be sent to all the 21 local governments will be visited to see how they are going to get data, depending on everything they are doing. We are going to into different sectors. Just as I said earlier, we have trade, we have manufacturing, we have services, we have agriculture, we have education, and so on. Recreation, arts and culture, like that, media, everything. We are going to look into them. We want to know per sector what is their contribution to the GDP of the state. So they will go, give them the questionnaire. Is a questionnaire form of a survey. Give them the questionnaire, they are going to fill the questionnaire and return back to us. We use it for the computation of the state's GDP.
She appeals to the enumerator to pay attention to the trainees to enable them have a reliable and timely data. I am Faith Abductions reporting for MLC TV.
The Lagos State government on Wednesday said it had not reintroduced the monthly environmental sanitation and is not starting any movement restriction by July ending. The State Commissioner for Environment and Water Resources, Tokunbo Wahab, said contrary to news on the internet, the state was not reintroducing monthly sanitation. This was contained in a statement by the Ministry Director of Public Affairs, Kunle Adeshina. Wahab urged all residents to go about their lawful businesses, adding that there would be no restriction of movement on the last Saturday of July as circulated in some news reports. Wahab explained further that Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu's announcement earlier during a sanitation sensitization exercise at Campus Playground Lagos Island was that the state would start a weekly community-based sensitization and awareness exercise that would involve all residents. According to him, the governor said the state government officials will lead from the front every week by going round to join residents in cleaning the environment in a voluntary manner while preaching the message. Wahab added that at no time did the governor make a pronouncement that the monthly exercise and restriction would start in July or any other month for now. Senator Ali Ndume has been reassigned as the chairman of the Senate Committee on Tourism following his recent removal from the position of chief whip. The reshuffle in the Senate came after Ndume's dismissal as the Senate chief whip, prompted by his comments suggesting that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's government had been taken over. Ndume, a former Senate leader, made these remarks during a recent interview with Arise TV. In response to his statement, the ruling All Progressive Congress APC took action, urging the Senate leadership to relieve him of his position. Ndume, who represents Borno South, will now lead the Tourism Committee in the Senate. And on politics, the Independent National Electoral Commission has warned election observer groups that their accreditation for the Edo and Ondo governorship polls could be revoked anytime if found violating its code of conduct. It was gathered that a total of 134 international and local observer groups were accredited by INEC. The classification of the accredited groups showed that 28 are gender-based, 3 represent persons with disability, 8 are faith-based, 10 international, and over 100 others working in the areas relevant to the functions of the Commission. Speaking at a training session for election observers in Abuja, the National Commissioner and Chairman of the Election and Party Monitoring Committee, Sam Olumekun, said for the groups to retain their accreditation, they must adhere to the rules. The People Democratic Party, PDP's Governors Forum, has thrown its weight behind Governor Simi Fubara of Rivers State and has adopted a political solution to the crisis in the state. The governors, who are very hopeful of returning to power at the national level in 2027, also expressed support for the organized labor and demand for enhanced minimum wage. While reading the communique in Enugu after its meeting, Governor Bala Muhammad, the chairman of the forum, said the forum noted the crisis in Rivers State and are supporting the governor of Rivers State to resolve the issue through political solution that will be required. The forum will continue to support the autonomy of the local government as enshrined in the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. We go on a short break now. We'll be right back.
Malachite TV Online is here. For your timely and reliable news that reaches you fast with the breaking news, choose MLC TV. Get human interest stories right here on MLC TV with entertainment, sports, business, culture, tourism, and fashion news stories all featured on MLC TV. Not forgetting political and current affairs news, state and federal government and people's matters will be discussed regularly on MLC TV. MLC TV, your one-stop online destination for unbiased, accurate news, entrepreneur ideas, and youth matters to the rest of the world. MLC TV, reaching everywhere, informing everyone.
Welcome back. And on crime, the Federal High Court in Abuja has set a new date, September 25th, for the arraignment of former Kogi State Governor Yahaya Bello. This decision comes despite an ongoing appeal fight at the Court of Appeal in Abuja. Justice Emeka Nwite, who presided over the case, announced the new date following a ruling on an application by Bello's counsel Muhammad SAN. The defense has requested a stay of proceedings due to an appeal against an arrest warrant and other prior rulings issued by Justice Nwite. During the session, Muhammad argued that the court should halt proceedings until the appeal is resolved, citing relevant legal authorities. In another ruling, Justice Nwite granted the application for withdrawal of the defendant's counsel Adiola Adedipe, son, from the case. The judge referred the matter of alleged misconduct by the defense counsel over the alleged failure to produce the ex-governor in court to the Legal Practitioner Disciplinary Committee for investigation on possible infractions. And on the foreign scene, the White House has confirmed United States President Joe Biden positive for COVID-19 and is suffering mild symptoms. Karine Jean-Pierre, his press secretary, said the U.S. president was vaccinated and boasted. Meanwhile, the president has tested positive for COVID twice before. Biden was seen earlier visiting supporters in Las Vegas and speaking at an event. He cancelled a campaign speech later that night. The illness comes as he faces increasing pressure to step aside because of his age. Jean-Pierre said the president planned to isolate at his home in Delaware while carrying out all of his duties fully. The president's doctor, Kelvin O'Connor, said Biden had presented with upper respiratory symptoms including a running nose and a cough and had been given his first dose of Paxlovid. He felt fine during his first event of the day but later tested positive, Dr. O'Connor said. 48 boys in Zambia have been rescued from a male circumcision camp after desperate complaints by some parents that their children had been abducted. One of the boys was on HIV medication and had not taken his antiretroviral ARV drugs for 2 weeks, officials confirmed to the BBC. The authorities said the site on the outskirts of Livingstone town near a national wildlife park had been set up without permission, alleging the children were caged in unsanitary and dangerous conditions. 3 of the rescued boys were briefly admitted to hospital, some for treatment from complications after undergoing circumcision typically done using razor blades. The initiation site has since been burnt down, according to news reports. And on sports, The House of Representatives on Wednesday announced the donation of 100 million naira to Nigeria's 2024 Olympics and Paralympics contingent to the forthcoming Games Bill for Paris, France. The Deputy Speaker, House of Representatives, Benjamin Kalu, who presided over the plenary in the absence of the Speaker Tajuddin Abbas, disclosed this when the House hosted the Minister of Sport Development, John Eno, who was in the Green Chamber to unveil Team Nigerian Olympics and Paralympics kits. Kalu disclosed that the 100 million naira which will come from the lawmakers' earnings was in honor of Ekene Adams, the lawmaker, who until his death chaired the House Committee on Sport. Similarly, the Chairman House Committee on Army, Balele Aminu, donated the sum of $2,000 to Team Nigeria. Some of the athletes who spoke during the session commended the lawmakers for their overwhelming support for the team and promised to make the country proud throughout the sporting events. Master Greenwood is due to have a medical test before completing a permanent move from Manchester United to Marseille. Sources have said forward Greenwood has agreed personal terms with a fee including add-ons of more than 30 million euros in place around a contract that is set to run to 2029. United have negotiated what they regard as a significant sell-on clause. However, it appears they are undeterred, and Greenwood is now expected to become part of Roberto Di Zerbi's squad for the coming campaign. And that is the size of a news package. Do support us by subscribing to our YouTube channel, Malachi TV. Like and follow our Facebook pages, MLC TV, MLC TV2, MLC TV Yoruba, and Ibira Vabe, MLC TV. Instagram, MLC TV 2021, X handle Malachi TV, and TikTok, Malachi_TV. For your event coverage, appearance on any of our news programs, contributions, comment, advert placement, or sponsorship, please call or send SMS to any of our numbers displayed on your screen. Join Malachi TV online on weekends to watch our various programs. Every Saturday, Health Med Info by 5 p.m., 7 p.m. Political Arena, Sunday, 6 p.m. Women's World, 7 p.m. Kakache Ibera, Monday, 9 a.m. The Opinion, and 9 p.m. Senior Citizen Alcove. It is Malachi TV, reaching everywhere, informing everyone. Please be your brother's keepers to build a happier and better society together. I am Abiodun Sadiq. Thanks for watching.